Let's move on to the coronation, and we know the planning for this is very well advanced. But again, it's been reported this week that Meghan feels excluded from the proceedings. Now, this is the King's event. How does it end up being about Meghan, or is this really just the media stoking for clicks?
Well, I guess some people would say that everything with the royal family now ends up about being with Meghan. It all turns back to her. I mean, my understanding is that both Meghan and Harry either have been or are going to be invited to the wedding. I mean, let's not forget, although they live far away in California, Harry is a senior member of the royal family still. He's not a working royal. He's fifth in line of succession to the throne. His son Archie, whose birthday happens to be on Coronation Day, is sixth in line of succession to the throne. So to exclude them would be seen from the king was being incredibly petty, and he's not going to do it. He's going to invite them. But, Harry's narrative is that the ball is in their court. We want an apology first. They're not going to get that. There's no way. They're not going to get an apology. They might get the king will reach out and offer the family hand of friendship and love, but nobody's going to actually apologize to them. So where that leaves them, my best guess is that Harry will come. I think he has to come. And I suspect that Meghan may use Archie's birthday as a reason not to come, because I think they're both aware that if they do, there may be some protests. There will be Republican movement protests on the day anyway, and that they may attract some pretty adverse reaction, booing and so forth, which would be really kind of bad for the occasion.
Yeah, no, very fair. That is actually very fair. And look, I will come back to that apology in a sec, but that requested apology in a sec. But before we do, there's just one more thing about the coronation I want to touch on, and that's this week. It's been reported that foreign monarchs are going to be invited to the coronation. Apparently, this is a break with tradition. So what has been the protocol up until now, and how and why is it changing?
Well, it's changing because King Charles wants to project a more transparent, modern image, and his coronation will be part of that. Historically, the coronation of the British monarch was a private moment, although conducted clearly in public, between the monarch, God, and the monarch's subjects. In other words, us, and for the time being, you guys, until you change your minds about whether you want it or not. But it was a private moment, so other royals were seen as not appropriate to be there for that. But this time, the talk is of what's called quiet diplomacy. So we're going to have a couple of rulers from Middle Eastern states, Oman for one. We are going to see, I suspect, some European royals, the Swedish Princess Sophia and so forth. So it's part of the British monarchy kind of changing with the times. This coronation is going to be less pompous, if you like, less ceremonial than the Queen's coronation in 1953. It'll still be a splendid occasion, but it's going to be far more diverse. The whole atmosphere is going to be different, and foreign royals coming in is just a part of that.